All right, so I wanted to do this video on Nick Wright and how his attitude and his support for Tom Brady shifted suddenly. I don't know exactly when it shifted. I think it was after the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. But I do remember a time like who we see today, the Nick Wright we see today, whenever covering anything Tom Brady related, is pretty critical. I mean, he has less than flattering things to say about the man, and I never remembered it being that way. Like around 2017, 2018, like he was very supportive of Tom Brady. I mean, he wasn't going out of his way to berate him or discredit him or whatever. Like he was an avid supporter because, that was the one thing I knew about Nick Wright. I didn't know much about him. He was new to the scene, but I did know that he loved LeBron James and he was a supporter of Tom Brady. There was only two things I really knew about him. But now it seems like I don't know, it's like a level of, like, he spits venom whenever he speaks this guy's name. And I thought it was weird. But I was looking up some stuff. I was looking up some stuff and I came across I was looking up some stuff and Chris Carter came to my attention. Now, when I was watching a bunch of old clips from 3-4 years ago, and whenever I would watch a clip, it's like the only person that was taking over the camera, who pretty much shined brighter than anybody, was Chris Carter. Now I have this article right here by a lady named, is it a lady or a dude? He's a guy. I don't know. I looked at Kathy Hutchins for some reason. I thought it was a woman that wrote this article, but it was a man named Travis Pulver for CCN. I don't really know what this website is, but he did cover the suspension and eventual release of Chris Carter from Fox, and this was September of 2020, which was maybe 5-6 months ago. So it's pretty recent. And from what he chronicles, they still haven't figured out why Chris Carter was let go. Why Chris Carter was let go from FS1, like why he was released, and I don't remember any sexual deviancy kind of claims, or I didn't think that he said anything or did anything. I didn't hear anything like that. I just, one day I woke up, he was fired, and whenever I would hear somebody reference Chris Carter, whether they're watching FS1 or you know anything that was pertaining to Chris Carter, it seemed like it was a level of criticism on Chris's part for something that happened, but I never knew what happened. But whenever I watch an old clip from when Chris Carter was there, even though like, he wasn't the reason why I was watching the show, but whenever he would come on camera, this dude, I mean, he made strong points, highly intelligent about the game. I mean, the way that he takes control and took command, of the segments, and it was almost like having somebody's I don't take no shit uncle. Whenever they get involved in a conversation, there ain't gonna be no bull stuff or anything like that. You're gonna speak factual. You're going to use strong arguments. Otherwise, you're getting shut down. That's what it felt like. Like, I was watching this one clip where it was Ray Lewis on the it was Ray Lewis on a segment on the panel, and Chris Carter shut down Jenna. I forgot her last name, but the moderator they used to have named Jenna. They shut her down. He shut her down because she was making an argument that they could have just signed Garoppolo to this, franchise caliber money and just put him on the bench until Brady leaves. And he said, "Well, this ain't Monopoly." I thought it was hilarious. I thought that I mean, his ability to take over a segment and make everybody else around him listen was impressive, and I thought he was the best part of the show, to be honest. But nobody ever really figured out why he was fired. Nobody ever, I assume it was something. This is just my guess, and this is just my opinion. I could see. Look, when first things first was started, I'm pretty sure Nick Wright was supposed to be the headliner. Nick Wright was the headliner, like Chris Carter was supposed to come on, kind of like Skip and Shannon, where Skip is the headliner and Shannon is the animated, colorful black co-host. I don't want to make this a racial thing. That's not me being racial. I'm just saying, like, it could have just been like, this is a black co-host who's very funny, very charismatic. He kind of brings the people in, and then Skip is supposed to keep them there. Like the show is about Skip, but Shannon is supposed to be a prize attraction. And I think Chris Carter was supposed to be that for First Things First, just like what is it called? Speak for Yourself. How Speak for Yourself was, where they had I think it was Marcellus and Colin Cowherd. It was Marcellus and Colin Cowherd. Colin Cowherd was the guy, but I believe it wasn't Marcellus or Jason Whitlock. It was one of those brothers, and they were supposed to be the attraction. They were supposed to be the attraction. Like, I used to get irritated by watching Marcellus Wiley do his segments, but now I'm starting to get used to him, and dude is pretty funny. He's pretty entertaining, and he makes it a joy to watch. And I think I love it even more now that it's him and Emmanuel Acho. But I think that that's what FS1 goes for. You have the white main guy, and then you have the entertaining black guy on the as the co-host that's supposed to generate the interest. And I think Chris Carter's presence on that show was so domineering and so dominant. Like, I would not be surprised if it came out that Chris Carter was fired because he was too he was too strong. Like, his personality, like the energy that he emitted when he was on camera was too strong. I'm sitting here watching clips from 3 years ago, and I'm like, Jesus, man, like, this dude is owning these segments. Whether I agree with his takes or not, he's owning them. His command, he's owning them. And he makes Nick Wright look small. Not like he's like trying to show him up, but Nick Wright doesn't really capture you like Chris does. And I could see that being a reason, because from what I was reading in the article, so it was speculated that Chris Carter was supposed to be doing Thursday Night Football, but he was left off of it, and I think he had a problem with that. And if it had something to do with him being slated to do things, but then taken off of the ticker, I could see how that would annoy somebody. And this is just my opinion, because I used to watch Chris Carter on First Things First, and then he got fired, and I was like, whatever. But I never thought about, like, why did this dude get fired? I never heard anything. I thought it might have been something sexual, like he might have did something in the past and got in trouble for it, and because they like to fire people 10 years in the future from shit that from shit that happened 10 years ago. So I think that's what I thought happened, but I didn't see anything. So, but that's why I'm saying this, because I was curious. I was curious, and I was watching some old clips because I also wanted to do a video on Nick Wright's sudden flip from supporting Tom Brady to kind of hating this guy. And I thought it was interesting that this Chris Carter thing was kind of like shoved under the rug and nobody paid attention to it. But hopefully Chris is able to get back on TV. Now, if he did something illegal, or if he did something that he shouldn't have, that he shouldn't have done, as far as deviantly, sexually, I think that it's best for him to stay off TV, But if there's really no probable cause for him to get fired, and he just got fired because, I would love to see him, sign back on somewhere, even if it's going to ESPN, just signing on somewhere or starting his own thing. You know what? I'm gonna look that up after this, because I didn't really think about it until now. But I'm gonna see if he started his own radio show, because that's what people are doing now. They're just doing podcasts and radio shows, and I'm gonna see if he and I gotta tune in. Hopefully, if he has one. But yeah, I was just interested. That's it, man. All right, y'all take care.